chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there, it can be a complete shock to the system after going through narcissistic abuse with a narcissist involved in your life. It can be a complete shock to the system, and you have a feeling inside yourself of being incomplete without the narcissist. Now, maybe this doesn't affect all of you, but I know there will be a selection of people out there that have either been discarded, reverse discarded, perhaps even you are the one that cut the narcissist off, and you have this feeling of being incomplete. It's because you've been conditioned to have this person in your life. Okay, you've been conditioned to have this person in your life, but there's something that I really don't want you to do, and I know many of you will hear this audio and it won't make sense, because your natural inclination is to fill this incompleteness or this void or this space in your life with someone new. And to be honest, I think it's a distraction. Okay? It's a distraction. It's something after your relationship's ended with the narcissist involved in your life, you feel a certain way about being single again. You feel a certain stigma. Okay? Perhaps you were married. Perhaps you've gone through a divorce. Perhaps this was your boyfriend. Perhaps this was your girlfriend. Whatever. But you felt like your life was moving in a direction. And in the days when you were with the narcissist prior to awakening, when they had you under the spell and you didn't really know what was going on, and you were quite content and happy that you had them in your lives. Yes, you may have been going through abuse and stuff like this, but you were quite fulfilled. And when you spent time around your family or your friends, you would feel like life's going in the right direction for you. Perhaps you got married, perhaps you had children, perhaps you had what you deemed as the complete setup, like the happy life. Okay? At least at some point in the relationship. I understand that many of you that have been with them for longer periods of time, it started to wilt away and stuff like that, and that's very on the forefront of your mind. But even still, even if the relationship turned completely pear-shaped throughout it and towards the end, and you spent years in that condition, your heart will still yearn for a replacement, like finding someone new to fulfill that role in your life. And what I think that it's just a theory that many of you are going to disagree, many of you are going to probably not ignore this advice, and that's okay. Maybe you have to go through the experience to actually fully embrace and understand what I'm saying. Okay? But many of you will meet someone new, and I've heard of people that I've done sessions with, like I don't know if you can relate, but like they've met someone new, and it's not that they've even got this close to this person in their life to deem if they're another narcissist or if they're a good person or whatever. But things are so different with this new person. The feeling of being incomplete fills in again. And I've heard people even breaking down in tears, victims of narcissistic abuse breaking down in tears when they're with this new person, because they're just going too fast for themselves. Going too fast. And that's why I say that the uncomfortable incompleteness that you feel, the loneliness, the pain, the immediate answer in the natural inclination is just to get someone new. Okay? But I've heard of people breaking down in these situations. Everything's different. And what actually happens is, by going to these new people, you actually possibly see the narcissist that was involved in your life, despite the abuse, despite the gaslighting, despite the manipulation, despite everything that they've done, you still see them in a positive light. And it's not necessarily because this new person is bad or they're toxic as well, but it's because you haven't healed enough to let someone new in your life. Okay? But oftentimes these new people are toxic, and it is another dodgy road to head down with these new people. And that's why I say that I don't want any of you, like, you've been there, done it. You know what I'm saying? You've been there, done it. Some of you have got married. Some of you have got divorced. Some of you have had children. Some of you have had a long relationship with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or even you spent a period of time, a proportion of time with this what you deemed as your significant other. Like, you've been there and done it, and it's like there's no rush to like get back out there and meet someone new so quickly. Okay, I know there's a stigma against people being single in society. Oh, like there's something wrong with you or something like this. But what I think is there's many single people nowadays actually waking up. Even people that have been in haven't even been in narcissistic relationships, but they're opting for the path of being alone. Okay, they're opting for the path of being alone because they realize their worth. And that's something that the only way you're going to realize your worth and what you deserve from another person is if you spend a proportion of time alone. There's no set amount of time that you need to spend alone, but I would just tell you that it's very important. I don't want you to make the very costly mistake of filling this incompleteness with someone new. I think it's something that you should not do. And moving on to a new person isn't the answer. What I think you should take from the experience of the narcissist in your life is, was they your purpose? Was they the meaning to your life? Being in a relationship? Is that what the meaning of your life is? Is to be in a relationship? Is that the thing that supersedes all of other things on earth? And it's not, right? All of the millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires may have families and whatever, right? But they have their focus on their purpose. And I'm not just talking about monetary gains. Even people that work for a non-profit organization, or they may help people in the world, or they may do charitable events or whatever, that's their sole mission, that's their purpose. And they may have families as well, boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever, or kids or whatever, but they still keep in touch with their purpose. But what I think happens to the empath, chosen one, and genuine soul, is when they get involved with the narcissist consumes them and makes the chosen one, empath or genuine soul, whole vision be about the narcissist. Okay? The whole vision be about them. Everything's about them. And oftentimes you spend too much time together. Okay, not always. Not always. You might have just seen each other on weekends. But a lot of the time you spend too much time together with these narcissists and they get their hooks in. They get their hooks in. They really, really get their hooks in. And it's just, you're living according to what they want for your life. And I think when you step away from that, and you find what your life's about. Okay? And look, life's not about work. It's not. It can't be. These are all theories, right? I'm just philosophizing with you, right? Life's not about work, because you may have a career that is very lucrative, or there's more to life, okay? And what I think that many of you that go through the abuse, I think to combat the toxicity in this world, it's about creating something. It's about making an impact in the world somehow with your own stamp. And you can do that through your business or whatever, your other ventures in life, of course. Or you do that through your children, or you do that through whatnot. You make your impact in the world, you make your stamp on the world. But I just think that after being through a complete toxic relationship with a narcissist involved in your life, there's more, like, it shows you that there's more what life offers you. And I think that by channeling your hurt, your pain, this stuff's going to go over your head. I'll be honest with you. If you're in a dark place, it's going to go over your head. You're going to think, Zion, what the hell are you talking about? You're going to probably go and click on another one of the videos or someone else's channel. But honestly, I'm telling you that if you know that you have to channel this hurt, okay, like, you don't want a painkiller, okay? You may go with someone new and it numbs the pain a little bit. But then I've heard people breaking down in tears. They're not connecting. That they can't bond with this new person. They can't connect with this new person. They can't. And that's why I think that it's about making an impact in the world. And I've spoken to many individuals that have written books, many individuals that have gone on to do things with their own lives, make YouTube channels, artwork, singing, even renovating their house, right? Taking different things, like just making an impact in your own life. And what makes you happy, right? As long as you're not harming anyone else, what makes you happy? What makes you feel good about yourself? What makes you, and that's what I think you need to focus on, right? And I just want to make you aware, like, just don't go down that route of just getting with someone new so quickly, okay? It's honestly a waste of time. It's honestly a waste of time, I think. Look, some of you in the comment section are going to say that you met a great person afterwards, and okay, then in your case, I'm wrong. In your case, I'm wrong. If you met a great person afterwards and your heart's completely connected with them and the narcissist no longer has a hold over you, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying about not going into these relationships too soon. Like, because the narcissist still has a hold over you. And you will start to see them in a positive light just by being with someone new. And it's not that this person's bad. Like, you could meet the most genuine person ever. And if your heart's still hurt and not healed by the narcissist, you're not in a good place to be around that person. Okay? But more often than not, victims of narcissistic abuse end up with other narcissists. That's what happens. Because perhaps you open up about the narcissistic abusive experience, perhaps they mirror you, perhaps they do these things. And this is why I'm saying just be very cautious out there. Just be very cautious out there. And like, there's not that much importance on relationships, okay? It's not like the be all end all. That's what I think people misunderstand, and many of you are not going to grasp what I'm saying. But look, it would be nice to have another person in an ideal world and they're a decent person and stuff like that. But in this day and age, toxicity, narcissism is at an all-time high. And many of these people that you get into relationships with, Arthur, I've seen people in the comment section saying this is their third narcissistic abusive relationship. Like, I saw it, I think I saw that yesterday, I can't remember who commented it, but like, this is the thing, it's not just one narcissist or two, it's like, there's people that go from narcissists in their family life, they grow up with narcissists, and the empath grows up with narcissists, or the chosen one that grows up with narcissists, or the genuine soul grows up with narcissists, or they've got narcissists in their family, or they got narcissists at work, and they're getting hit from a myriad of angles, right? And then they get in a relationship with a narcissist, and then they maybe wake up to narcissistic abuse, then they probably jump into another relationship, and then it's another narcissist. Like, there's loads of them out there. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you can, like, make something of your life, okay? I'm not saying that me on YouTube is like the greatest thing ever. I should have said this earlier because that's probably what you lot are thinking. But I'm not saying that me on YouTube. I don't even think me on YouTube is my purpose to say. Right? I don't know what it is, but it is for a moment, and that's what I want you to incorporate in your life. Like, you can have a direction in your life after narcissistic abuse that, like, whatever it is, right? You can have some sort of vision, like a mini purpose. And at the time, it's like, that's what your whole focus is on. And it really propels healing because you're focusing on that one thing. Okay, whatever it might be. It could be a job. It could be like a business. It could be like you're focusing on something, right? It could be looking after your children. Like, you're focusing on something. It could be getting closer to your children. Like, you're focusing on something at the beginning. And it opens up to brighter days, and it opens up to more and more things, right? And then, like, what I would say to look out for is when you actually enjoy your own company more than being with a narcissist. That is the, like, when you're at that place, okay? I made a video, when did I make it? Yesterday. And I was talking about a significant moment, if you want to check it out, a significant moment in the healing journey is indifference. But also another significant moment that I didn't touch on in that video is when you enjoy your company more than being with the narcissist. Like 100%. Like, you wouldn't trade you being alone for being with the narcissist. Like, you see the proofs, the evidences of why life's better without the narcissist that was involved in your life, or narcissists that was involved in your life. Like, you see why life's better, and it's not instantaneously, because, like I said, like, after a narcissistic abusive relationship, you can yearn for them, you can be in complete shock, you can feel incomplete, stuff like that. But when you progress through the healing journey alone, you reach that point where you love your own company, and you wouldn't trade that for the narcissist. Okay? And it's like, you've already door slam bolted a while that it's shut. You probably utilize no contact, or you're grey rocking and doing it to the best of your ability if you have children. But, like, you're at that place in your life where you prefer life without them, and without any other narcissist you've encountered in your life. Like, you prefer life without them, and you see the benefits of life without them. And that's what I want you all to get to, okay? And what I would say is, when you reach that point, although that's an indicator that you're healed enough, I wouldn't even say, like, if you want to meet someone new at that point, but, like, study them, like, detach. Don't just jump into it, like, bungee jump into it, right? I don't know how to express it. Like, don't just go deep into a new relationship so suddenly. Take things very slow with people, very slow. Keep your heart to yourself. Watch out for love bombing, like, all of that stuff, right? But it is a good indicator that if you are enjoying your life alone more than with the narcissist, it's a good time to meet someone. But it's also an indicator of, like, do you even really need someone at that time? Or could you hang out with some friends, or hang out with your family, or go for a meal with your friend, or go for a meal with your family, and, like, perhaps you don't need a romantic partner at that point either. And that's something about this day and age compared to, like, maybe 100 years ago, 80, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. People used to, like, meet someone when they were young, okay, 18, 20, something like that, get married, have children, and then stay with that person all the way up until the elderly age, right? And even if you see the older generation, like, even if one of them, like, there's people that have died in the war and World War II and stuff like that, and then the other person has stayed alone because they were fulfilled, right? And it's a slightly different. Like nowadays, it's very different. Like people are like settling down later in life. Okay, so that's why I would say that you don't need to worry. And also, like, there's even people nowadays that like are having the whole family and children and perhaps with a narcissist and everything like that, and then they're finding someone else in their future, like later on in their life they're finding someone else. So that's why I'll say there's not this. Stop looking at things like a time limit. Okay, don't just go with someone because you feel like time's running out, or you feel like you've wasted too much time on a narcissist that was involved in your life, or you feel like this. Like, learn to be alone and focus on developing purpose and meaning. Because when you have your purpose and meaning, you don't get dragged astray by these narcissists that easily. They can still do it to some extent, but you don't get dragged astray that easily because you have things you're focused on. Could be your business, could be your purpose, could be your meaning, could be whatever, right? Could be your children, could be this. And you have something to focus on. And it's your purpose and it's your meaning. And everyone's going to have a slightly different one. I just advise that you look for impact in the world. Like I said, impact comes through the children that you have. That they're going to bring into the world, and what you do and the way you bring them up and stuff like that. Or it could be a business, or it could be an idea, it could be your music, it could be your artwork, it could be whatever, right? It could be your book, it could be all sorts of things, right? That, and I'm just mentioning a few things. It could be anything, right? It could be a YouTube channel, like, and you make impact in the world, right? And this is what I think is important for you to have, and I think it's something to focus on after, because you've been there and done it. You've been there, done it, wore the t-shirt. It's like there's no rush now. Like there's no rush now to like settle down again, be with someone again. Like there's no rush. There's just no rush. I don't want you to feel this urgency and this rush to, because I want you to basically, going back to like how I opened up this video, the feeling of being incomplete, that feeling fades, okay? And you'll get to the place. I want you to, that feeling of incomplete, I want you to, you know what often happens? Let me put this out there. You may even try. I don't know if it's God or the universe, it's just a theory. I don't know what it is, but like, you might even attempt, you might ignore this advice, right? And you might attempt to meet new people. And for some reason, it just doesn't click. Okay? I'm not saying they're narcissists, not saying they're toxic. They could be toxic and they could be narcissists, and that's the reason why it's not clicking. But you actually attempt to meet new people, and it could be a selection of people. You could go on numerous dates, or you could meet numerous people, and for some reason it's just not working out. And then you'll even, maybe that will help, that might give you some relief, or I'm not saying you're intimate with them or anything like that. I'm just saying it gives you some relief that you actually gone in that direction. It distracts your mind. Then you'll start to focus on being alone, being by yourself. And I just don't, basically narcissistic abuse, right? Going through narcissistic abuse, going through the devaluation, the gaslighting, the smear campaigns, the whatever, right? It can leave such an impact on your life, that it can take a number of years to heal, especially if you spent it can if you spent a considerable amount of time with a narcissist, right? From any, it doesn't matter, right? But you actually opened your heart, you thought that they were your soulmate. Like, it takes a little while to like adjust back out of that mindset. It takes a little while, and you do feel very incomplete after the relationship is over. You feel very incomplete, and like I'm saying, your natural inclination is just to fill that void, fill that space with another person. And I think that you should fill that void or fill that space with your purpose or your meaning in life, and fill it with healing, and fill it with trying to aim for the point of indifference. Please check out that other video, because it may help you. A significant milestone is a significant milestone in the healing journey, it's called. If you want to, that is, if you want to. But, you know, get into indifference with the narcissist. Get into a place where you feel like you would rather be alone than with them, and you'd rather be alone than with them even if they were a decent person. Now that's quite controversial. Many of you are going to say, hold on, Zion, what are you talking about? Like, even if they were a decent person, okay? Even if there was a decent person, how can I put this? Even if there's a decent person, you're more content with being on your own in life, and you would rather have someone else if it come about. Like you no longer. I want you to be in a place where you no longer find them. You deem them as attractive. You don't see them having the qualities within them, even if they're decent. Okay, put narcissism aside for a second. Even if they're decent, but they're not at your level. See what I'm saying? But they aren't decent. That's the thing. So you need to embrace the fact that they're not at your level. They are dusty weirdos. They have hurt you a lot. I'm just saying, like, I want you to distance yourself so much from them. Okay? And that is look out for it, because when it happens, it's going to feel so liberating and free. Like being in a place where you enjoy your own company more than being with them, and you're content with it. I don't want you to feel insecure if you're around friends or family that are in relationships or anything like that. I don't want you to feel insecure about people moving ahead with their lives or whatever like that. I don't want you to feel a stigma from being alone, right? There's honestly there's a superpower in being alone, spending a proportion of your life by yourself. It doesn't have to be forever. I'm not telling you it has to be forever. What I'm trying to inform you is it's a good thing to spend a proportion of time of your life alone, because so much time is wasted on relationships, friendships, romantic relationships throughout your life. It's especially the ones like with these narcissists and toxic individuals and toxic friends and narcissistic friends and all that. It's like, as much as you've heard me say in other videos, it's not wasted because you done your good deed, you done your good intentions, your intentions are pure. Yeah, on that side of it, yes. But I'm saying it's unnecessary to have these people occupying the time in your life any longer than they need to be, right? Even when they're gone. You see what I mean? Like, as humankind, we often waste time on external validation so much, when you can actually validate yourself through your goals, through the impact you make on the world, through your successes, through the ups, through the downs, through your life, through how you navigate. And it's so much more empowering. It's really, really empowering for you to get to that place. So look out for it. That's what I want you to aim for. Okay? I want you to aim for that point. I want you to be indifferent. I want you to aim for the point where you are more comfortable and you're more happy and you're more content in your life being alone than with the narcissist. And that is a very fundamental, brilliant place to be. Okay? And that's what I want you to aim for. I want you to fill this void, this emptiness that you may be feeling at this moment in time, with your purpose, with your meaning. And these steps will really, really help you overcome narcissistic abuse. Honestly. And that feeling that you may have had of life not feeling the same, right? Life not feeling the same without them in it. Life feels empty, life feels dark. That goes. That goes. I promise you, if you're in a dark place, that goes, and you're going to be empowered, and you're going to love life without them. And you won't understand. You go through it, and then you won't understand how you was even in a place. You can understand a bit, but you won't. Like the transformation is amazing. Okay, you just can't believe that you actually used to feel that way, of feeling like life's not the same without them in it. But it's a natural process that you have to go through, right? It's an adjustment phase, like I like to call it. So thanks for listening today. I pray that you all, I'm not all powerful, that I can speak blessings on your name, but with God or the universe, if we have our intentions pure. My intention for this video was to just try and indicate to you that you don't need to fill this emptiness or this void with another person. It's not that important. And I hope that many of you, even if you do attempt and you face rejection, or you face it not clicking with other people, you see these as signs that it's the God or the universe or whatever your belief system is trying to encourage you to spend more time alone. Okay, don't fight the resistance. Okay, if you're feeling resistance from people or friends or anything, it could be even your friends. Okay, even your friends, for example, might not be into hanging out as much as they used to be, and you're confused. But like, don't fight the resistance of when life's trying to pave your path of spending time alone, because life's going to transform for you for the better. I know many of you are in a dark place, but life's going to transform for the better. Okay, like in your internal world, having clarity, having that, enjoying life more by yourself than with the narcissist. Okay, look, you can spend time with friends, you can spend time with family. The main thing that I'm trying to get across is just don't feel that the narcissist role or the narcissist place in your life with another person so soon. Okay, and it's all different. There's no definitive time that I can give you. You're gonna have to know what's good for you as an individual, right? With that being said, there's many of you that have moved on after the narcissist and found someone decent and stuff like this. But please, if you are in that place and you have moved on to someone decent, like, you need to let go of the narcissist, like, completely. Okay, because what I feel like is many people move on to these new people and their heart's still connected to the narcissist secretly. That's what I think happens, because you haven't healed enough. Okay, and I've spoken to people where this has happened. They've broken down. They've tried to move on with someone new. They've left it a period of time. They've even left it some time, and they've gone to someone new and they've broke down in tears. Just like, it just doesn't feel right for them, because they're so conditioned to being with a narcissist. And that's what I'm saying. It's all about adjusting, reaching that point where you love your life by yourself without them. That is a trivial, is that the right word? It's a very significant moment in the healing journey, to be in that place, to love your life without them. And you wouldn't trade it for the world. You wouldn't take them back. You would rather be by yourself than with them. That's what you all need to aim for. I know many of you are there already. Many of you are probably already there already, right? So anyway, thanks for listening today. I'll be back on a video soon. Peace.